All right. So it's Sunday. I'm doing one of these things again. The my oh my god. Why am I starting? My Sunday. Um, I just do these things on Sunday where I just say stuff, right? Say stuff that's going around my head, and I actually did not put this on my to-do list. It just somehow I needed to do this because I was thinking about this thing. I had a conversation with someone. It was like something about the environment, and it was this person said that uh, she he or she is a very earth person. She's very earth aware in terms of, environmental stuff. Don't use the plastics. The earth is dying. Humanity needs to fix up. I mean, no disrespect. That is a very good thing to do. And I think, yes, we are screwing up the earth, and it is definitely not um, good. Just the way we live today is fundamentally flawed in terms of keeping the earth at a stable point where the temperature doesn't get messed up. But she said something. Okay, no, it's a she. She said something that it was. I think she was mad or angry at something, which made her say this. But she said, that the Earth is dying, and I just hope humans. She said something along the lines, "I hope we die soon, so the Earth doesn't, die." But to believe that humanity, okay, obviously, I don't think she actually meant this. To be fair, I think she was just at a rough point or something. So, but it did make me think a lot. Actually, it made me think of whether humanity is something we can blame, right? If we can blame the individuals or people for the harm we cause to Earth. But this idea that humans do bad things, and it causes great harm, and we're crazy. We're always advancing in terms of technology, and we're advancing in a way where we're always working, we're always having to do something, and there's always something to invent, and it changes the society. But there's always this concept that people have that humans are inherently evil and bad, and that there's something wrong that with the way that humans live today, and we tend to blame people, and people tend to have a negative outlook in terms of humanity as a whole. Big corporations, consumers, producers, all that. But in my opinion, that's just how our society is built upon: the idea of consuming and producing, an economy, big corporations, stuff like that. I think it's gonna be hard to change, and people look at humanity in a very bad light and negative light. And I something someone said on Reddit was, um, people tend to look at negative things. People tend to look at the negative light of other people to make themselves feel better about themselves, to give them a moral high ground of some sort. Um, and it shows how unhappy a person is, or insecure a person is, or both. And it just made me think, because I still have this problem where I do that, but I still think, in a way, that I do look at things in a negative light, but I've been trying to look at humanity as a good thing, and that, yes, I'm not being naive, and I am recognizing the fact that humans are fundamentally flawed, right? We're so self-centered. We're very, very selfish with things, and we don't tend to. We always look at today and not at tomorrow. In terms of we never look at the future consequences. We only care for the immediate benefits that a thing has. Like, for example, let's use coal because it uses more energy, it's cheaper, but the future consequences are the earth dies in however long. But this idea that we won't, it is flawed, right? But is it really, it begs, I have to ask the question, does it really mean that humans are inherently flawed or evil? And it got my mind racing, and I have to, I don't know if I will come to a conclusion. I'd like to say no, humans are not inherently evil. People don't just say, oh, I'm gonna wake up today, I'm gonna be evil, and I'm gonna throw a bunch of plastics in garbage because I just want things to die. I want the earth. No, I think we are very influenced by the environment around us. We're influenced by, let's say we are people who throw garbage and plastics and whatever, doing bad environmental things. Let's say we do that, but we're just influenced by the things we buy, by how we were raised, and just the environment around us. I'd say I don't think people just on purpose intentionally go out of their way and take this plastic water bottle and say, you know what, I'm just gonna kill a few birds, this is why I'm gonna choose this over a metal one. Because some people generally choose the plastic ones because it might just be cheaper, right? Or something like that. So we as a consumer are influenced by that. So people blame consumers. That is one argument to be made. So the argument for producers, let's say, the argument to be made there is that producers. Okay. So the argument to be made for producers is that we are I don't know. They're also influenced by their environment. As a, let's say, CEO of a company, your job is to make the most money in terms of actual economical business. Your job as a CEO or any higher up in that matter is to create the most product with the most amount of efficiency with the least amount of cost to create the most profit. Your aim is to create the most profit with the least amount of cost. That is how good businesses stay. That is the fundamental basics of how a business will grow and be a good business, is to make money. Because that is what the society supports. That is what the thing. So they're also influenced by environmental factors. So who do we blame? Who do we blame in terms of why Earth is dying because of humanity? Well, the answer would be humanity. Humanity in general is at fault. But aren't we all influenced by something? Do people really go out of their way and say, I'm going to destroy the earth today? I don't think so. I think humans at a biological and evolutionary standpoint are fundamentally self-centered to the point where they will choose the immediate benefit, because that is how the brain works. It will always go for immediate gratification instead of the long game. Yes, it is most of the time, not always. a lot of the time smarter to go for the the long game, and always look for future consequences. But most times, we don't use that logical part, and we have this we have a primitive brain. People don't realize that. We call ourselves modern humans. We've been modern humans for years, like ages and centuries, and but this idea that modern humans are logical all the time, and we should be thinking in a logical way, and we should be each one of our actions should create the most well-being for the earth and humans altogether. But we have a primitive brain. We act primitively all the time. And this is that our fault for acting primitively? It could be, yes. Because it is art. We do have a choice, right? We do have a choice. Then again, is it really our fault for acting primitively, in a primitive way, in a way that was designed for us to think? See, that's what got me thinking, right? That is, how do we fix a problem like that? Because I think people see it as a simple problem. Humanity is doing bad shit to Earth, and we should stop. That is a simple solution to the simple problem. But I think in general, it is a very complex problem, and a simple solution like let's just use less plastics it won't work, because that's a simple solution to a complex problem. That will usually is never the case. So we have to, if we really want to change the way humans act, we have to change the fundamental ways that humans think, and just in general, just we have to change what fundamentally makes us humans. And that is generally out of our control. And I think it is good that people are fighting for this stuff. It is very good. But that mindset of thinking that humans are inherently evil is a very bad mindset to have. Not even for other people, but for the person that has that mindset. I would know. I have a tendency to see people in a negative light because it just makes me feel better about myself. But yeah, but I'm glad I'm aware of it, because that is a common thing. To see humanity in a negative light, that would just mean that would be a great indication that someone is unhappy. And this friend that told me this stuff, it scared me because of that, because I understand she might have been going through a rough patch. So I think it is my responsibility to make sure they're happier and make them aware of it. Which scares me, because I don't want to be rude, right? I don't want to say, hey, the way you're thinking is just flawed. But I kind of have to, right? Yeah. That was good. No, that was crazy. I don't even know how long the thing lasted, but let's see, 15 minutes. Not bad. Not bad. I thought it would take longer. It is a crazy thought, though. It is a crazy, crazy thought that this idea of whether humans are fundamentally good or evil. Someone said they're neither. You can't say human is fundamentally. I keep saying the word fundamentally because that is how I think of things sometimes at a fundamental level. And humans can't be fundamentally good or evil because we, as humans, set the definition for what is good and evil. Yes, there is common things. There is common, like, obvious things that make something good or evil. You kill a person, it's not good. Or you give someone a sandwich, that's pretty good. But this, I think someone said humans are fundamentally just human. We're just human. That's it. We act the way we are designed to act. Because that is how our brains are. No, and that doesn't mean we don't have a choice. That doesn't mean we don't have free will. Because I don't like thinking that way. This whole idea that there is no free will, that everything we do is predestined. But yes, a lot of things are predestined. The way we say things because we're very heavily influenced by the things we grow up in. We grow up in a rough childhood, in a rough home. Chances are you're gonna have a rough life. And not to say people don't have the choice to move out of that, because I know people who move out of that. I know people who turn the tables, and it fascinates me. But what I'm saying is, there is still free will and choice to change how we fundamentally, not change, but there's a way to act in a way that we want to act, in terms of creating the most well-being and just, we have the choice to be good, right? But I think it's just very bad and very, how do I say this? I just think it's unhealthy for a person to think that humans are bad. Because that is your group, whether you like it or not. There's this idea of losing faith in humanity, but you are part of humanity. You control even a little bit. There is like 7.7 billion people on the earth, and you're but one. So I understand how that makes you feel, how that makes me feel like I can't change anything. But life is what we see, what we feel, and the people around us. That is what life is. The people we know, the people we care about. And we're very tribal creatures. Again, I'm going to say the word again. Fundamentally, we are tribal creatures. We are designed to live in tribes, and we live in a very big tribe. We are part of 7.7 billion people. So it's hard. It's hard to feel like you're a part of it, but you are. I'm a part of it. So when I complain about other people and the way people think, I'm complaining about what how I think, how this human brain is very similar to other human brains, and how certain acts and certain actions, I have to say that I'm a part of it. Am I am human, just like anyone else is. Humanity is, look, the the world. Man, how long have humans been around? Modern humans, let's say.
Hey guys, first of all, thank you for clicking. You're about to watch a new
Existed. Only 200,000 years ago. 200,000. That is not even 1% of what we are complaining about. We are complaining about the last 20 years of humanity, and we don't expect people to make mistakes with all the... I'm getting heated up. Because we look at micro problems. We're looking at things very microly. Like, yes, humans are fucking up, but we can't blame them. We can't say humans are inherently evil or inherently bad, because humans are meant to mess up. We are meant to mess up in order to improve. 200,000 years, and we've only have recorded history in the last, well, in my opinion, like real recorded history in the last 5,000, 10,000 years. And most of our problems today, most of the things people complain about, are in the last 10 to 100 years. Or in the grand scheme of things, that's barely 0.1% in our humanity lifespan. Not like humanity, like that evolution of modern humans. So people from 200,000 years ago are still 99.9% the same as us. And to look at it that perspective, to give, let's say we gave the technology everything, we gave them everything we have to those people 200,000 years ago, they would act the same. There would still be racism. There would still be this, and all the problems of isms and all this other bullshit. Because yeah, it is a problem. It is. I wish it wasn't a thing, right? There is problems in the world. But what are the chances of us fixing them by complaining about it and by... I wish there was a way I could share this. Maybe I could. Maybe I could just start uploading shit. Because I'm very... I think a lot about stuff. And I just... 200,000 years, man. And we complain about the last 100. I understand. In this grand scheme of things, 0.1%. This 0.1% we live in this time of 0.1%. We messed up the world pretty badly. We've killed hundreds and hundreds, thousands, millions, I don't even know how much species. Every single day they are lost and they're just gone, extinct, because of us, because of what we do. And it genuinely makes me angry. It does. It makes me mad that we are the way we are, and it makes me mad that I can't just, change the world and how humanity works, because I'm not Mother Nature. I'm not the one who designed us to be this way, but I think we are destined to learn from this mistake that we make, whether that be from humans' extinction, from moving to Mars because Earth is dead, I don't know, but somehow we will make mistake. We will make mistakes as humanity, and whether we learn from them or not, whether we have the opportunity to learn from them or not, I don't know that. And I hope we do have the opportunity to learn from this. I hope we do. If we do keep going in this way, the earth will the earth will die, or we die before that. There is one law in all of this. Mother Nature will always overcome whatever challenges you throw at it. It might take longer. Let's say we do screw it up. And we are, by the way, we are screwing it up. We will die before Mother Earth does. That is not hard, cold truth. We will die before the Earth does. Because Earth responds in different ways to the different shit we do. So, whether we leave Earth, follow my boy Elon, I hope we do learn from the mistakes, and I think we are. Because there are good things in the world I think that is something wrong with the way we think today. That's something wrong with that way. I think I forget about the good things that come from this. Solar panels. Imagine if there was no adverse effects for coal and using that shit. We would have never found renewable energy. It's good. Dude, we're harnessing the power of the sun through these blue little glass things on a roof. And it collects energy from the sun like a plant. That is insane. And it just genuinely makes me happy to think that people are out there doing good things. And I think that's what makes me a little bit angry. There's a lot of people that complain. Like me. I complain a lot. I complain like a shit ton. And I'm not changing the world that I should be. Going to a few protests with a little sign that says, "Save the earth, stop throwing your shit on the ground." Yes, the intentions are there. But to live a life of hatred and just this idea that humans are evil, I think it just does more harm than good. It really does. Because the people that are changing the world in big ways, Elon Musk, I don't think he believes that humanity is evil. I don't think he's blaming people. Because I bet you he looks at it like this. The earth had resources that was cheaper and easier and accessible, so it would make sense to use those resources. And yes, we will learn about the consequences later on. I think he knows that at a fundamental level, most humans will choose the more accessible, cheaper resource. But then he looks at it as a problem and creates a solution to that. Okay, so if people are going to be using this, why don't we make it a little easier and, show people that renewable energy might be more accessible. He looks at it in a very logical and good way, and that's why I appreciate the dude. He doesn't just sit and complain and blame the fundamental flaws that humans have. He looks at it as a problem and creates solutions. He sees it as a complex problem and chooses a complex solution. The complex problem is most of the time humans will choose an accessible, more cooler, accessible resource. So he makes cars that use just electricity, and he makes it super cool. So you know what? I'm just gonna choose the electricity car. It looks so much cooler than the stupid gas car, and it's much better for my money. there's free electrical stations, and oh, why don't I just buy a solar house to go with it to charge up my car for free? See, I think, and he does that without telling people you are evil for using a car. You are evil for using for your carbon footprint. You are judged by things you are not even aware of. You man, I don't know. Maybe I should start uploading stuff to some private YouTube channel or something. So I don't know. People know that's there. If I ever die, it's gonna be there. If I ever die, I want something to leave behind. My ideas, my thoughts, that'd be so crazy. I do have a lot of them too. And I'm glad I did this on here, because I talk a lot, and this would be way too intense for a one-on-one conversation. So I'm glad I did this. Time to get some Fortnite. No, Fortnite. Fucking, I gotta do some other things. But, yep. Good convo. Good job. Bang, bang. Bang, 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 bang. Okay, that was so cringe. Oh my god. This is why I'm not gonna upload this. Maybe I will. Oh, that's so cringe. Alright, I'm gonna cut. How do I stop this recording? Oh my god, 31 minutes. Bro, I thought it was gonna be 15. I went off on another rant.